You have played this interactive lesson video, so it means that you are definitely interested to get band 8 in IELTS speaking component. Congratulations, you are at the right place. I'm Imran Ali Imran, trainer of the IELTS trainers. You can use this methodology to teach IELTS to your students, and if you are a student, then you will get the triple benefits. I'll teach you from very special IELTS teachers training document, which were very secret, but now I reveal the secret for you. This is an interactive video. You have to stick with me till the end, open your notebook and a pencil in your hand and try to follow me over there. So let's come towards the lesson. So here is the lecture. Getting bands 8 in IELTS speaking module. It's an unmatched work-along training for IELTS teachers and to achiever students. Learn from British Council's Advanced Teachers Training Confidential Course content. I'll say you are at the right place. If you experience difficulties in speaking at length, if you are suffering from lack of ideas, if you lose confidence while speaking English and feel blank, if you can't help yourself to avoid repetition of words and ideas, and yes, of course, if you have dreamed to get band 8 in IELTS speaking component, then you are at the right place. So this is an interactive lesson video. What you do is, this is a skill level, it's professional, and you can consider it as likes, IELTS Bible, and I'm gonna go to the next. This video is only for those students who are dedicated to get band 7 to 9. If you work along with this lesson video, you will surely get band 8+. 100% working and tested techniques of ex-IELTS examiners will be explained, and note one thing. In this video, you may need to reverse, revise, stop, and play again. This will sharpen your brain, so encourage your brain to concentrate till the last. This is actually a book which I was sharing with you. It's IELTS Teachers Training Workshop 2 Main Advanced Level. It is very useful for all the IELTS trainers who are watching my video, and the students, they will get triple band or the triple benefits by using this one. So what you do is, you have to take your pointer and your notebook and also your cell phone on the side so that you can start the timer or you can stop the timer. So this is a very secret one. Stick around till the end. At the end, I'll give you a video and you have to watch that video, and after that you will assign them the bands. Yes, of course. So I'm going to go ahead. The speaking component. In the commencement of today's lecture, it is actually the IELTS Teachers Training Workshop, which the British Council arranges for IELTS trainers, and also I arrange for the other trainers. So IELTS Teachers Training Workshop 2 Main Advanced Level. Let's revise some saying. What do you know about the IELTS speaking test? This is actually a small test for all the students and the IELTS trainers. So number one, the speaking test lasts about 8 minutes, 14 minutes, or 18 minutes. Number two, there are 3, 4, or 5 parts. And number 3, in the first part, you will be asked questions on everyday topics, academic subjects, or topics in the news. Now come towards the 4th one. In the next part of the test, you will choose your own topic to talk about, choose between 2 topics you are given to talk about, and can be given 1 topic to talk about. In this part, number 5, in this part you will have no time to prepare, 30 seconds to prepare, and 60 seconds to prepare. And 6th question is, you will then talk for a maximum of 1 minute, 2 minutes, or 3 minutes. Number 7, in the last part of the test, you will, number 8, further discuss the topic from part 2, discuss for your reasons for taking IELTS test, discuss your plans and ambitions. Number 8, the speaking test is recorded, so you can have a copy because it is always marked twice in case it needs to be remarked. So that's why it is over here. So this is actually a small test for you. You can remind, and you have to work along with me on your notebook, try to answer all these questions. You can pause my video here, and after that, after writing those questions, you can replay, because I'll not stop, I'll continue. Pause the video and start the timer. You have 3 minutes to solve all these questions. These are very easy questions. I think you have solved those questions. Now let's come towards the answers. This was a revision test. The speaking test lasts about 14 minutes. B is the answer. There are actually 3 parts of the test. Number 3, in the first part of the test, you will be asked questions on number 8, everyday topics. Number 5, in this part, you will have 60 seconds to prepare. And number 6, you will then talk for a maximum of 2 minutes. Keep in mind the maximum of 2 minutes is the time. So we're not going to go ahead. In the last part of the test, you will further discuss for the topic apart from number 8. The speaking test is recorded in case it needs to be remarked. So keep in mind that what is the actual saying which is really required over here. Let's move to the next page. I have scanned this with the cam scanner over here. So for the IELTS trainers and IELTS students, it is very, very essential topic. You should keep in mind this table and draw this table on your notebook, on the side of the notebook, and then I'll tell you something about. So what is this about? Discuss with the partner suitable definition for the following terms and come up with examples where appropriate. Okay, now the terms are coherence, connectives plus discourse markers, cohesion, paraphrase, and collocations. And keep in mind, these are actually the 5 parameters which are being under consideration for watching your IELTS speaking test and to mark your IELTS speaking. And later on, you will get the complete knowledge about that. So now pause my video and you can write the definition that really arrives in your brain, and your brain conceives that particular definition to write about that what is the coherence and what are the connectives and discourse markers, cohesion, paraphrases, and collocations. And keep in mind, these are the parameters which you will judge by yourself when I'll show a video for you. So I'll stop to give you the time on your notebook. Write down the definition that arrives. So you can pause my video here. I think you have written those answers that arrives in your brain. So let's move to the next page. This is the page over here which shows something very special. So what is that? The definition. Keep in mind, I'm teaching you not from the common documents. It's a very secret document. That is the IELTS Teachers Training Workshop. If I arrive at this very special document, you should thumbs up and you should subscribe my channel and support me to support you and all the people around the globe so that they can learn English, they can get good score in IELTS, and all the trainers who can teach the other students around according to this pattern, because this is the pattern of Cambridge IELTS training system. I'm gonna go ahead. IELTS Teachers Training Workshop 2, Advanced Level. The terms, definition, and examples. Let's talk about the coherence first. The definition of the coherence is the relationships which link the meaning of utterance in a discourse, or the degree to which speech makes sense. Now keep in mind, you should speak sensible. You always speak sensible, but it will be checked at what level or what degree you are speaking in a great way. So that is very, very necessary. So connectives, discourse markers. After that, there's the connectives plus discourse markers. What are the connectives? Let's talk about that. Connectives, words or phrases that link other linguistic units, temporal or casual. Discourse markers do not change the meaning of a sentence. According to Michael Swan, they can show the connection between what is being said and a wider context. Connect a sentence to what comes before or after and or indicate a speaker's attitude to what she or he is saying. Now come towards the examples. Connectives, casual, because, so, but, or temporal. Example, before, after, then. Now keep in mind, you should write it on your notebook on the side that the connectives are in the casual, they are the because, so, but, or. And for temporal, before, after, and then. These are very easy words, but these are required in your discussion. You have to add these words. Numerous students try to impress the examiner with very heavy words or obsolete words or very dense words having big spellings there. Don't do that. You cannot impress them. You can only get good score by using simple or the daily words, and you have to use a little of the 4-degree upper words over there in your discussion. How do you use that? I'll tell you later. But keep in mind, these are the parameters under which your speaking will be checked. Next is discourse markers, fillers. Oh, well, now, then, you know, actually, basically, I mean, on the other hand, frankly, as a matter of fact. So discourse markers, you have studied the discourse markers over here. Discourse markers are actually the fillers, which shows your feeling. That what are you feeling? Do you really understand the meaning of the word that you were explaining or saying something? For example, oh, well, now, then, you know, actually, basically, I mean, on the other hand, frankly, as a matter of fact, you should add these words, these phrases in your speaking and practice these words as much that it should be a habit of your brain to tell these words to your oral cavity, to your tongue, so that you can speak these words in a fluent way. Now come toward the cohesion. What is the cohesion? The cohesion is the grammatical or and lexical relationships between elements of a text. This may be the relationship between different sentences or between different parts of a sentence. So how the elements of a speech are linked together, including the use of connectives and discourse markers. It is actually recorded. So A, is Jenny, over here, these are the examples. A, is Jenny coming to the party? Yes, she is. Now keep in mind, there is a link between Jenny and she, and also between is, coming, and is. Is Jenny coming to the party? Yes, she is. There is a link between Jenny and she, and also between is, coming, and is. Example B is there. So in the sentence, if you are going to London, I can give you the address of a good hotel there. So keep in mind, the link is between London and there. So these type of the links are really required. You have to have a complete sentence in the brain and link the one sentence with the other one, with these type of the cohesion is really required. So what to do is develop a link and tell your brain how to develop a link and the practice that. You need not to get very thick words. Just understand what is the main demand there. Now I'm going to go ahead about the paraphrases. An expression of the meaning of a word or phrase using other words or the phrases, often in an attempt to make the meanings easier to understand or express the meanings of something using different words, especially to achieve greater clarity. To make someone or something appear to feel younger, rejuvenate. For example, the word is rejuvenate. And you have spoken the word rejuvenate, and you have to explain the word in the way that appear or feel younger, to make appear or feel younger. Or you can say, the Ali is a good boy. And you have spoken this word in your speaking. The teacher asks you, so tell me about your friend. You say, you can't say that Ali is a good boy, but then you try to paraphrase so that the examiner must be impressed. How to do that? You can say, Ali is a good boy. I mean to say that Ali is really punctual. He obeys his parents. And he's also hardworking. He really takes care of the friends and the family members. So it means that these paraphrases are defining the good quality. Ali is a good boy. And you have paraphrased that. Keep one saying in the brain, the main idea in the brain. There should be 2, 3, or the 4 paraphrases in one test to get man 8 in IELTS speaking component. How do you do that? Practice your brain. Be habitual. Be habitual of showing these feasts to the common people, and then your brain will become habitual, and at the examination time you will be capable and feel fluent. Without an effort you can speak English. So the next word is collocations. The way in which words are used together regularly. Collocations refers to the restrictions on how words can be used together. For example, which prepositions are used with particular verbs, or which verbs are nouns are used together. A collocation is made up of 2 or the more words that are commonly used together in English. There are different kinds of collocations in English. Strong collocations are word pairing, and that are expected to come together. So you have to keep in mind another idea, that is the collocations. Try to practice your brain to speak collocation in your daily speech. You are preparing for the IELTS exam and you want to get good band, because good band depends upon your career depends upon the good band that you will earn over there. So what you do is try to practice all these patterns. For example, the collocations. I'll make a video on the collocations too. So work and watch those videos. Combination with make and do. Make a cup of tea. but do your homework. So now listen and look at the line. Combination with make and do. Make a cup of tea, but do your homework. There is a combination. These two verbs are actually linked together in the way that is called the collocation. I'm going to develop a lecture about the collocation, and you can get benefit by learning from the collocations. Now let's move on. Okay, this page was scanned in the way. Let me change it. Its view, it's clockwise. It's an amazing information for you guys. An amazing information, I would say. So now look at that. This is teachers training workshop, and the teachers are trained that they should judge the students in the way. So I'm going to reveal that secret with you here. So let's discuss. Most of the students need this range of the bands from 5 to 8. Some of the people need 5 bands, some 6, some 7, some 8. But most of the students lie in the 6 band, and the people who are really going to go over there for the immigration purpose, they 7, or some people need 8 bands. Today we're going to study that what are these bands. In this table there are some blank spaces. In the next page there are the cards to fill these places, and I'll show you show those cards to you later. What to do is you have to read this in a complete way, and after that you have to read that and try to fill that in this paper. You should make this in your notebook. Okay. In the last lecture, this was a lecture about the cohesion. What to do is you have to write this. let me make it stand again. Oh yeah. So this was actually the teacher's training workshop. So these are the terms, and you have to write these terms by pausing my video so that you can get proximity with these videos and these type of the lessons and the terms here. So what to do? So now we come on the same page again. Clockwise. You must keep in mind that your fluency and coherence will be checked. This is over here. And your lexical resources will be checked. Grammatical range and accuracy will be checked. And also the pronunciation. Pronunciation develops the accent of the students. If you will definitely work on that, you will get good scores. How to do it, I'll tell you later. Let's talk and discuss about the band 5. Now keep in mind, all this table will be checked. You will be given some video at the end of the test, and you will give marks to the students who will complete this video here. So what to do is, number 5. Fluency and cohesion. Let me enhance its size so that it may be very, very easy for you. So number 5, under the fluency and cohesion, usually maintain, the person who will get band 5, he or she will usually maintains flow of speech, but uses repetition, self-correction, and or slow speech to keep going. So these will be the files over there. So may overuse certain connectives and discourse markers to do simple speech fluently, but more complex communications causes fluency problems. Let's come towards the next. Grammatical range and accuracy. The student who get band 5, he produces basic sentence forms with reasonable accuracy, uses a limited range of more complex structures, but these usually contain errors and may cause some comprehension problems. Shows all the positive features of the band 4 and some, but not all, of the positive features of band 6. Now let's discuss about it. Produce basic sentence forms with reasonable accuracy. If you will speak in very simple sentences, you can get band 5. And you should go beyond this. You should try to use some simple complex compound and compound complex structures which are really needed. And the person of getting band 5 will use it, will be able or uses a limited range of more complex structures, but these usually contains errors. And whenever the person of the band or the caliber 5 speaks complex structures, he commit errors. So And look at this. It is very, very essential. Now come towards the pronunciation. Shows all the positive features of band 4 and some, but not all of the positive features of band 6. It means that you're between these two bands, you are speaking clear. Try to speak clear and pronounce the word in a proper way. The word is pronunciation. Your pronunciation will be checked too. So if you will pronounce the word in a negative way, then the pronunciation marks might be detected. So come again with fluency and cohesion. Maintains flow of speech but uses repetition. Usually maintains flow of speech but uses repetition, self-correction, or slow speech to keep going. Now keep one thing in mind. Don't repeat the words. Repetition kills. Don't repeat the words. Repetition kills. On your notebook, write one idea. That in your laptop, there is actually the Microsoft Word. On Microsoft Word, write a simple sentence. On the right click on that word, write a simple words, and right click on that word, it will open the thesaurus there, thesaurus, and go to the thesaurus and write down all those words in your notebook. And keep remembering, keep memorizing, and try to practicing that in speaking and in writing too. In this way, you will come out of the lack of the vocabulary words. If you will maintain or speak lower vocabulary, it means you'll get lower bands. Okay, now the band 7. Now, all the students who are thinking to score a 7, they should keep this in mind, that the students of the band 7 speaks at length without noticeable effort or loss of cohesion. Coherence means if you will be capable to speak at length, you can prolong your speech, and the examiner can notice that you are not working hard or you are not putting effort, you are speaking with no tension, you are easygoing in speaking, then you will get band 7. May demonstrate language related hesitation at times or some repetition and or self-correction. Yes. At band 7, there might be some mistakes like this, that you can demonstrate some language-related hesitation, that you feel hesitant a little, but no problem. You are spelling, you are giving some mistakes, no problem. But you will get band 7. Uses a range of connectives and discourse markers with some flexibility. So if you will use discourse markers with some flexibility, then you can get band 7. Now keep in mind, I have taught you the discourse markers will be checked, so you should add discourse markers. Now let's come towards the lexical resources. The band 7 student uses vocabulary resources flexibly to discourse a variety of topics, uses some less common or idiomatic vocabulary, and shows some awareness of style and collocation with some inappropriate choices, uses paraphrases effectively. Now, the pronunciation shows all the positive features of band 6 and some, but not all, of the positive features of band 8. Now, it will differentiate it. You are showing the positive features of band 6 and band above band 6, but not the band 8. It means the band in band 8, you should be very, very accurate in pronunciation. So these are the parameters, and you can stop this video to learn about the band 8 also. In band 8, you can say uses a wide vocabulary resource readily and flexibly to convey precise meanings. Let me increase the size for you. Uses a wide vocabulary resource readily and flexibly to convey precise meanings. Uses less common and idiomatic vocabulary skillfully with occasional inaccuracies. Uses paraphrases effectively as required. So if you want to get band 8, this is very simple. What to do is follow this that I am really showing to you. If you want to get band 8, the person of the getting band 8 uses a variety of vocabulary, wide variety resource readily. Readily means very, very suddenly. Everything is ready to speak. And flexibly, he can use one word in multiple ways to convey precise meanings. He uses less common and idiomatic vocabulary, so all this. Now, grammatical range and accuracy uses wide range of structures flexibly. It means that the person who want to get band 8 in IELTS speaking module, because speaking is so simple and easy, you should try to speak wide range of variety of the words or the structure, means simple, complex, compound, complex structures, and decorate that vocabulary with active voices and passive voices and being structure. The structures being, could, would, and should also be added in your speech. So what you do is, for God's sake, please develop yourself to speak with each other and try to use being, could, would, should, active and passive amalgamation with simple, complex, compound, complex structures. Then definitely you will score better than you were thinking. In pronunciation, what you do is, over here in the next page, there are the cards here. You have to fill these cards over there in those blank spaces. You can pause the video. For example, work with a partner, decide with criteria of the descriptors A to H belong to, then match each descriptor to the correct level in the table above. For example, there are there are different type of the descriptors here. For example, descriptor A, B, C, or D is something over here. So what to do is, you people have to work with your partner and try to think that which will adjust over here in band 6. You should think that band 7 and band 5 have these categories. So this or one descriptor from this will be added over here in this place. Got it? So let's move ahead. Oh, it's the next page. What to do? Let's move anti-clockwise. Over here, IELTS Teachers Training Workshop. I love this book a lot and want to give you that you should know the importance of this lecture, and please support and share this lecture with others so that everyone can get benefit. It is speed networking. Make a list of 4 topics to talk about as you network. Okay, in this topic or in this lesson, what we do, you have to open your notebook at the side, and whenever you network, talk to the people. What type of the topics you can discuss with your friends, and you should develop a question on those topics. How is that? For example, make a list of 4 topics to talk about as you network. Example: the place I or you live. For example, the place I or you live. This is a topic. Now you have to write other topics over here on your notebook. For example, you can, when you like to talk to someone, you can ask about their his or her education. You can talk about sports. You can talk about dresses. You can talk about fashion. You can talk about food. You can talk about city, country, whatever the topics arrives in your brain. You have to write on your notebook. Please write and follow these commands. Pause this video and write 4 topics, please, and then resume the video. I think you have written those topics. Now you can share this topic with your friend. This friend should be with you over here. You can read, you can practice this as 2 people. So ask those questions from your friend. Here's an example for that. For example, the question was the place I or you live. The question, the topics over here are, do you like the place you live? Are there lots of things to do? Is it a busy place? What is the public transport like? And is it good for shopping? These are the 5 questions that the person or the examiner or the writer have written under this heading, the place I or you live. So what to do is, you have to make your topic, and you can make the questions of these 3 topics. These are actually the 4 topics. The 4th topic is over here, and try to develop the questions there. Now what you do is, if you are an IELTS teacher or the trainer, and there are 10 students in the class, divide those 10 students in the groups of 5, in 5A and 5 in the B group. What to do is, develop them and ask them, order them to stand in the position of a circle. In their circle, there should be an outer circle. Outer circle should be bigger, and inner circle should be a little one. And every student should be facing the other student. Okay. Now what to do is, now listen and read what I'm reading here. Ask the person opposite your question Keep asking questions until you are told to stop. Don't move. Wait while the circle turns. Ask your new partner some more questions. Now what to do is, the inner circle and the outer circle. The student in the inner circle is standing before the student in the outer circle. The student from the inner circle will ask the question from the outer circle. And after asking, after 4 to 5 minutes, you should ask the people that please turn to the left. Now the outer circle person will turn to the left, and sorry, the outer circle person will turn to the left, and what will happen? The next person will face the next person. So you ask them to ask the questions from each other. Then in this way you can twist the complete clock, and what you do is, after that you can say the outer circle will ask the question from the inner one. In this way you can rotate that twice. That is what I have written over here. You can read it and you can follow the rules. If you are an IELTS trainer, then follow me over here, because I teach other trainers too. So this is actually the climax of this lecture. What is this? This is actually our method. IELTS Teachers Training Workshop, our method. If you are suffering from lack of ideas, you feel hesitant to speak at length, then use this formula. And this is a great formula to follow. R method. A for answer, R for reason, and E for example. Number 1, write A, R, or E after these parts of an answer. Number 1, do you like your hometown? Do you like your hometown? There are lots of places to visit. One place that comes to mind is the Louvre Museum. Yes, I do. Now there's a small question. Or you write on your notebook, which is at the side. In these 3 answers, which is the answer? A. Write A before the answer, R before the reason, and E before the example. Have you written? Okay, now. So I have told you that this will definitely enhance your speaking skill. Over here, do you like your hometown? The answer is yes, I do. This is an answer. The answer is complete. Now what you do is, we have to add a reason. There are lots of places to visit. This is a reason R here. Then come towards the example. One place that comes to mind is the Louvre Museum. This is an example. So whenever you talk to someone, whenever you answer a question, you have to follow this rule. It will help you. Now here are 4 questions. Write 3-part answers to each of these questions. For example, number 1, do you enjoy cooking? Do you spend a lot of time with your friends? Do you enjoy learning English? Do you generally go away for your holidays? So this is actually the question table, or the 4 questions for you. On your notebook, write the answer of these 4 questions under the rule that I have told you. R method. R, answer, reason, and example method. Use this method in your daily discussion, in your practice time, and in your examination time. And all the trainers who are teaching other IELTS students should teach them in the same way. Now, IELTS Teachers Training Workshop 2. Number 4, work with a partner. Student A, look at questions below. Now you are a trainer, or are you a student? If you're a student, then 2 students must sit together. And if you're a trainer, then you have to ask or order the students to sit together. Then what you do is, student A, look at the questions below. Student B, look at the questions on the page 11. Take turns to ask the answer to the question. Remember to answer with R. For example, R mean answer, reason, and example. Do you like sports? Do you listen to music? Do you use social media to communicate with your friends? Do you go to the cinema often or often? Do you shop online much? So these are the questions students A will ask from the student B. And over here, go ahead. These are the questions for the students B. The student B will ask these questions from the student A. Do you have any hobbies? Do you watch television a lot? Do you read newspapers regularly? Do you go to museum often? And do you download movies or series here? Now keep one thing in mind. Whatever the topics which are written over here, you can suppose that those topics can arrive in your test. Keep in mind, please. Now I'm gonna go ahead. And now two people can practice with each other, and if you are alone and you can practice alone, try to use the R method. You can record your audio and you can send their audio to my channel and under the comments so that I can listen there and can judge your speaking too. Now, IELTS Teachers Training Workshop. This is the next page here. And what is that? Work in pairs. Pair 1, look at the card and A and B and write questions. And pair 2, look at the card C and D and write questions. Now what you do is, you are an IELTS trainer or IELTS student. If you're a trainer, then you should divide your students into the different groups. Yes, I have told you there are 5 groups, the 5 in 1 and the 5 in 2. And the group A must ask the question or develop the question A and B, and the group B must develop the question in, from the topic C and D. And what you do is, keep in mind, work in pairs. Work in pairs. Write 4 questions on the topic. Use the question words to help. Tell me about your weekends. For example, what, where, who, with, when, why, how long, often, much, many. Next is work in pairs. Write 4 questions on the topic. Use the question words to help. Tell me about your capital city. Tell me about your capital city. Now let's talk. What? For example, I live in Pakistan. I would like to say that, what is the name of your capital city? And where is that city located? And with whom you like to visit that city? And when did you visit last time? And why do you like to go to that city? And how many times do you visit that city in a year or a month? Don't say year. Year is actually this thing. Year. There should be the Y sound. Year. Okay. Now the next topic is work in pairs. Write 4 questions on the topic. The topic is, tell me about your use of the internet. What, where, why, who, when. And over here, tell me about the films you watch. So what you do is, dear, please write the questions under these topics. Write these questions and feel that these questions are asked from you. And then try to answer these questions with R method. If you will use R method, you will get 8 band. If you will not use, then there's not my responsibility. My responsibility is only to teach, to tell you. The work along is your responsibility. Now keep in mind one very, very easy tip or very easy bunch of words. You know these words, but people use these words in a very wrong way. So even after using these words, they cannot get good score. So what to do is, work in pairs, 1 person from pair A and 1 person from pair 2. Put the linker cards in a pile to face down. Pair 1 student, ask your another partner the first question on the card. Pair 2 student, turn up the first linker card, answer your partner question. You must use a linker word on the card in your answer. Continue until the questions and the cards have been answered, then swap. You are alone in the home. Got it? What to do with now? Develop this table, which is being shown here on the screen. On your notebook, develop this table. Revise this table daily 5 times. 5 times. If you will revise 5 times, then you will be capable to understand every word. Revise 5 times, and what to do is write these words and speak and add these words in your speaking. Use 2 sentences. This is a connector. Connect those sentences with these words. For example, so, because of, however, but, thou, and, also, as well, what's more, plus, if, unless, as a result, as, even, thou. So what to do is revise 5 times. You know, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala developed a human being, and he ordered human being to offer salah 5 times. It means Allah is our creator, and he knows that the person will be capable of learning something if he will revise that particular thing 5 times. So learn from the creator. They're gonna go ahead now. IELTS Teachers Training Workshop 2. This is another criteria over here. This is a test time for you, my dear students. Watch the IELTS Part 1 interview candidate A and make notes below on the strong and weak points of the candidate's performance. So on your notebook, please write and make this table on the left side of the notebook, making criteria, positive and negative points, and grade. I'll show a video of a student's video of a student. So what to do is, after watching that video and grading, your brain will understand that at what level you are and what are the mistakes that particular student is doing and how to improve those mistakes. If you will grade others, you will be capable to grade yourself. If you will find the faults in others, those faults will eventually be eliminated from your speech. So this is very, very important. Write this table on the left side, and then I'll show you a video. This is really a great video. You will watch the video and you will try to write some positive and negative points in this box. About fluency and coherence and lexical resources, you will write over here. Grammatical range and accuracy, you will write over here. And pronunciation, you will write over here. So please develop this, and I'm gonna find and play the video for you. Now, this is a video before you. I'm gonna play that for you, and you have to follow this and try to give the band to this girl or the candidate. In this way, whether you are a student or an IELTS trainer, you will get a good assessment to develop yourself.
Now, in this first part, I'd like to ask you some questions about yourself. Let's talk about where you live. Do you live in a house or a flat?
I live in a house.
What do you like about your house?
Well, partly because it's a house. It's big, and I've got my own room. A lot of space. Yeah.
What is the area like where you live?
It's a very quiet area, and only families live in this area.
Would you recommend this area as a place to live for young people?
Not really, because
Why not?
well, there are only families living there with small children, and on weekends it can be really loud because annoying sometimes. Yeah.
Can we talk about your family? Are you happy to do that?
Yes.
Do you have a large family or a small family?
A small family.
Can you tell me something about them?
I've got a father, and he's from Nigeria, and a mother from the Philippines, and I've got a younger brother. He's 16 years old.
How much time do you manage to spend with members of your family?
Not much, because I don't see them. I only talk to them once in a while. Yeah.
What sorts of things do you like to do together?
Well, I guess that's watching TV or having dinner together.
All right. Let's go on to talk about learning English. How long have you been studying English?
More than 8 years.
Where did you learn your English?
At home, and then at school.
What was it like?
At school? It was okay. They taught us a lot, and our teachers are very strict. But they're trying us to speak correct English and learn all the grammars. Yeah.
Is there anything you find especially difficult about learning English?
Grammar. It's not really. It's sometimes really unclear to me, because I don't know. It's not really. No.
What opportunities do you get to use English?
Opportunities.
Opportunities.
Well, English is an international language, and it's good to speak English because nearly everyone does understand a little bit English, so it's no problem.
How important is English to you?
English is very important to me.
Why?
First of all, to communicate with other people. And as I said before, it's an international language, and it's always good to speak more than one language.
Thank you.
So you have watched the video. Now you can give ban to that candidate about this. This is the table over here. At the end of my lecture, I'll attach that video again so you can watch that part multiple times and give the ban. So what ban have you given? What are the positives and the negatives of that candidate? It is really should be under consideration. So you have to follow that. Now pause my video and give ban to that candidate. I think you have given ban to your candidate, but right now what bans have the authorities given to that candidate, the bans are being shared here with the reasons too. So marking criteria on the left side, in the center positive and negative points, and on the right side there's a grade. So what grade have you given? I don't know that. You should write before, under the comments, before watching this, you should write your grades that you have given over here, how much have you given and how much the examiners have given to that much, so that you can find that how much accurate you people were over there. So fluency and coherence. Let's talk about the first positive. Response directly to the examiner. Questions. Respond directly to the examiner's questions. And the negative was not willing to speak at length. She got banned 5 only because she wasn't ready to get to speak at length. Many answers are short, some hesitation, some markers used effectively, occasionally loss of coherence. So she got 5 grade there. Let's come towards the lexical resources. Positives were uses simple vocabulary to talk about range of the topics, evidence of appropriate noun modification and less common expressions. And she has spoken these expressions. What were those? I've got my own room, younger brother, once in a while, really unclear, nearly everyone, it's always good too. So keep in mind, these were the positives. These are very, very simple and common expressions. These are a little uncommon expressions, but very common for me. So if you will use these type of the expressions there, and you can get band 6. Okay, and if you will enhance these expressions with all which I have discussed in the upper and the later videos, then you can get band 8 there. Let's talk about the grammatical range and accuracy. Number is plus is over here. Higher level of accuracy was there. Negative is keeps 2 simple structures, hardly any examples of complex structures, many incomplete sentences were there. So she got band 5 there. Now let's talk about the pronunciation. The positive was clear throughout. She was really speaking very clear throughout. And even sufficient evidence of wide range of phonological features being used to convey meanings. So not a 7. You can't say the 7 bands, but okay, only mispronunciation of phonemes. She was clear throughout, so she got band 6 over there. I think you would definitely enjoy this video, and please thumbs me up, like my video, share my video with your friends, and share with very true friends. Ask them to to subscribe my channel and like my channel. So thank you very much for joining this video. And if you will follow along all these lessons, then you will get good score. Revise this video and watch this video 3 to 4 to 5 times, so that you can completely comprehend all the type of the things which I do want to inject in your brain as well. So thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum. Have great time, great life, and great career. Keep one thing in mind. You can ask me the question about consultancy, about studying abroad. Actually, that is my main business. So let's have fun. Assalamu alaikum and goodbye.
Now, in this first part, I'd like to ask you some questions about yourself. Let's talk about where you live. Do you live in a house or a flat?
I live in a house.
What do you like about your house?
Well, partly because it's a house. It's big, and I've got my own room, a lot of space. Yeah.
What is the area like where you live?
It's a very quiet area, and only families live in this area.
Would you recommend this area as a place to live for young people?
Not really, because
Why not?
well, there are only families living there with small children, and weekends it can be really loud because annoying sometimes. Yeah.
Can we talk about your family? Are you happy
Yeah.
to do that?
Yes.
Do you have a large family or a small family?
A small family.
Can you tell me something about them?
I've got a father, and he's from Nigeria, and a mother from the Philippines, and I've got a younger brother. He's 16 years old.
How much time do you manage to spend with members of your family?
Not much, because I don't see them. I only talk to them once in a while. Yeah.
What sorts of things do you like to do together?
Well, I guess that's watching TV or having dinner together.
All right. Let's go on to talk about learning English. How long have you been studying English?
More than 8 years.
Where did you learn your English?
At home and then at school.
What was it like?
At school?
Mhm.
It was okay. They taught us a lot, and our teachers are very strict. But they're trying us to speak correct English and learn all the grammars. Yeah,
Is there anything you find especially difficult about learning English?
grammar. It's not really. It's sometimes really unclear to me because I don't know. It's not really. No.
What opportunities do you get to use English?
Opportunity.
Opportunities.
Well, English is an international language, and it's good to speak English because nearly everyone does understand a little bit English, so it's no problem.
How important is English to you?
English is very important to me.
Why?
First of all, to communicate with other people. And as I said before, it's an international language, and it's always good to speak more than one language.
Thank you.